Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. If you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight, but before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time checking this out tonight, I hope you have a good time with us tonight and hope that you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, circle back here in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you with another episode. To our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible and keep this going, and we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Let's take a few quick comments here, and then we'll bring Rob on and get the party started. Let's see. Our good friend Reese Fleury says he can hear us loud and clear. He's a regular viewer from Tupper Lake, New York. Nice to see you, Reese. Our regular viewers, Stacy and Art Fosler from Platkill, New York, say the audio keeps cutting out. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Is anyone else experiencing that? Hopefully that's one isolated incident. If anyone else has experiencing the audio cutting out, please leave a message so we can be aware of that. Dominic Anthony Kane from Michigan is in the house tonight. He's a regular viewer as well. Dirk Seams is here tonight from Minnesota. Good to see you, Dirk. We're going to be playing one of your video clips in a little while. We've got some comments coming in. Michael Carvela says it sounds good from Ishpeming, Michigan. So the audio sounds good for him, and Dirk Seams says the audio sounds good as well. Hopefully that's an isolated incident. I apologize to Stacy and Art if they're having some audio problems. I'm not sure what to do with that, but it does sound like it's an isolated incident. So we're going to continue on here, and we're going to bring Rob on. One click away here. There he is in the flesh. Rob, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, trying to stay dry up here.
For sure. Getting some rain in Ontario.
Well, you figure in Ontario, we should be having snow. I had 2 feet of snow a week ago, and now I've got grass showing in my backyard again.
That's insane.
It's a different kind of winter this year.
Yeah, it sure is. And northern Vermont here too. I'm on the Vermont-Quebec border, and we had a little snow this afternoon, but it's turned to rain. So we have probably a foot of snow on the ground, but we'll probably lose that if that keeps up for very long. So
we had 12 hours of rain today.
12. Oh, that's going to do some damage.
Heavy rain.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do some damage to the snow. For sure. Well, we've got one more comment in here, and let's see. Jeff Lind saying they're having some audio problems. We sound good here in Detroit. So it sounds like it's just that one isolated incident. It sounds like it's good in Detroit for Jeff. Well, that's good to hear. I'm sorry for the Foslers, but hopefully it's just the one isolated incident. So let's take a look here at the menu for tonight. We had our good friend Josh Leviker. We had planned for him to come on, but something has come up on his end, and he's not able to make it. So we're going to reschedule that. So what we're going to do instead is I've got a couple of video clips. I've got a clip. The first clip I'm going to play is from the VSCA National Vintage Snowmobile Show in Old Forge, New York this past June. So I'm going to play that clip. If you like Arctic Cats from the early 70s, as I do, you're really going to enjoy this clip. Let me get it queued up here, and we'll take a look. Okay, it looks like it's stalled for some reason. Let me do a little clicking here, see if we can't jumpstart this video. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like it because it's ugly.
Now, this belongs to Jeff Jones. I was just talking to him earlier. He's involved with Leaf Spring Outlaws. They do a lot of grass drags here in upstate New York. I don't know the way around the map here in upstate New York, so I don't know how close to Old Forge their grass drag activities are. Couldn't tell you. And I ran into Scott Warner as well. He was on the podcast not too long ago talking up his grass drags. Leaf Spring Outlaws, if you're curious about that. Beautiful TX. Mike Kempfer. Owned and restored by Mike Kempfer. Both of these. Unbelievable. And this is owned by Mike Kempfer as well. Triple. 2+1. Equals 3 cylinders. Oh, Jared Ellis. Thank you. Yeah, I do miss the podcast. But it is different in the summer. And I'm doing a muscle car podcast over the summer months, so if you're curious, do check it out. Is that Lucas Bristol over there?
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, you?
Good. Give a big wave for the camera. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
You get some cats under here?
In the building.
In the building. Nice, yeah.
Formula 2 and Steve Fennoff CXT special.
Sweet. I'll look for that.
Yep.
Sweet. You guys come out yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
Yeah. That's right. I think your dad said you guys were coming out yesterday.
Yep.
Good.
Came out yesterday.
Where are you
Had
guys
to beat
staying?
the rush.
Yeah,
the Forge. Motel.
Yeah, sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, we're over at the 19th green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that far away.
Good.
Yeah.
How's the powder coating business?
Busy.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. There's a lot of sleds here.
Yeah, isn't this amazing? And then it was him that had a sled at Island Pond that
He
won
had
a
the formula. Yep.
Yeah, so he won an award on that.
Yep.
Sweet. Very cool, man. That's the way to keep him interested.
Yeah, you got him.
He's locked in now for life, right?
Locked in for life.
That's cool.
See you later, Mike.
Nice seeing you. There's no turning back. Wow, what about this King Cat, huh? Big old triple. Look how wide that thing is. That is a beast. 71 650 King Cat. Special factory built racing sled. Total of 113 of these in production. I don't know how well this mirror is coming out on the camera, but it's got a J-Lo 3-cylinder 650, triple Walboro carbs. It's got a unique 3-expansion chamber exhaust, Salisbury 11R race clutch, and an 18-inch cleated track. This is owned by Henry and Jeff Briscoe of Horseheads, New York, if I'm reading that right. What a beast that is. I bet that makes some noise, and I bet that goes down the track fast too. What a beast. Oh yeah, even from this side, look how wide that is. You just know this is a beast. Oh man, I love it. Something about cats in the early 70s is just nothing like it. I mean, I love all the other brands too, but the cats from the early 70s. And this is a sweet ride as well. And I don't see a tag on there as to who this belongs to or any details about it, but it sure is beautiful. Love those gauges with the purple trim. Purple and green. This is what a... So if you're viewing this, what do you think? 74, 75? The year? I don't think it's a 76. I don't think it's as late as that. I'm thinking 74, 75. Maybe it's 73. I don't know. What do you guys think? What year is this? 75Z, Skip Estes, thank you. Wish I had cash prizes or cars, new cars, or something to give for people who get these things, answer these questions. 75 only. Cool deal. Thank you, Jared. Now, is it just me, or is there something really special going on with Cat in the early 70s? I love all the brands, but there's just really something special about Cat in the early 70s, like this kind of stuff. I mean, who else was doing that? Saddlebags with a leopard print. It doesn't get better than that. I love that front end. 71 Panther. Now this is owned by Zach Dario from Shadycoke, New York. I'm sure I mispronounced that, but and by the way, if you're just joining us, we're at the 17th annual Vintage Snowmobile Show put on by the VSCA, the Vintage Snowmobile Club of America, all weekend in Old Forge, New York. Come on down and join the fun. And if you're looking for a place to stay, we're at the 19th Green Motel right on the drag in Old Forge. They've still got vacancy. We were very happy with our room. Had a chance to visit with the owners. They were very nice. We got a nice swimming pool over there. Oh, Skip Estes says my dad had those exact bags on his 73 Panther. How cool is that? Oh man. Only in the 70s though, huh? Only in the 70s. Then I miss the 70s. Who here misses the 70s? We're back, and yeah, I posed that question. Who here misses the 70s?
Oh,
But what do you think of that, Rob? Do you miss the 70s?
Arctic Cats was the Cadillacs back then.
They sure were.
My dad had skidoos and motor skis, and then he hurt his back. He had to buy an Arctic Cat. He couldn't ride the other ones.
Yeah.
And the Arctic Cats were the Cadillacs. They rode so much better than everybody else, and they looked better. Like, look at that leopard seat. Yeah. Yeah.
Only in the 70s, you know. That was so amazing. Yeah, because we had cats too. The first sled my dad bought was, I think, a '69 Olympic, and it was good in that it could go just about anywhere, but with those bogey wheels and being kind of narrow, it was real tippy, and he was trying to do the family thing on it, pulling a sleigh and everything, and it just wasn't happening. So then you got the '72 Cheetah, and that just changed everything.
Yeah.
And we were cat family after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still got my dad's '72 Jag.
Yeah.
76 Jag, and he bought my mom a brand new 1979 Jag that my sister still plays with.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, they just keep running.
Yeah, they were tanks.
Yeah. But he bought himself a Panther 5000 for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
had the
nice.
big backrest on the back. You could put the extra gas can on the back, or he had a box in there to go ice fishing with, and that was his
Nice.
Cadillac.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Very cool. Those were the days.
yeah.
Well, let's see. We've got some comments that have come in. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler. They say the audio is working good now, so that's good to hear. That's awesome. And we've got someone on Facebook saying that was a 75Z. Very cool. Jeff Lind says the Suzuki 440 Fury was the same thing except for with the sparkles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I rebadged kind of. I know what you're saying. Okay. And Reese Fleury says born in the 70s. Very cool. And Reese Fleury also says great show. Can't wait for the next one. Cool. And we
Why
very
don't you
much.
ask him to send us in some videos of his trails? They just redid a new railway line through their property down there, the club. And that should be some nice trails he's going to have down there.
Yeah, for sure. Because you had a chance to meet Reese a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, yes. Real nice
Spent
gentleman.
some time with him. Wonderful. And we both very much appreciate that he's a regular viewer. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, let's see. What else have we got here? We're on item number 2, which means it's time for announcements. We're going to give Rob a chance to tell us about AMSOIL, and then we've got a few events we're going to talk about. So I'm going to put you full screen here, Rob, and
Okay.
let you go.
AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. It's been around since 1972. This year, we're having our 50th anniversary down at AMSOIL. And they have a number of different products, not just the engine oils, diesel oils, compression oils, reciprocating oil, 2-cycle oils. In 1972, they came out with the Sabre oil that's 100-to-1. That's what we use on our chainsaws, weed eaters, my 200 Black Max, even the older snowmobiles that you had to pre-mix. We used their Sabre oil. And all the other companies say, you can't do that. You're going to get sued, because everything else back then was 32-to-1, 16-to-1, 18-to-1. It's perfect at my cabin because I have one gas can and everything runs at 100-to-1. Doesn't matter what piece of equipment there. It's a lifesaver having that one mixture for everything. And the reason they do that, because most oils burn off at around 275, 240, they burn off. AMSOIL doesn't burn off to over 300 degrees. So you don't need as much oil, and it has a stronger film strength, so the engines last 2 to 3 times longer. It gives you more protection at 100-to-1 than most of the other, I won't mention the steel products, at 32-to-1. It gives you more protection, so the engines last longer. Our injector oil, if you see the sign behind me, it says Run on Freedom. AMSOIL came out with that promotion because some of the companies were saying, if you buy a Skidoo, you got to run Skidoo oil. You have no warranty. Well, AMSOIL came out with a program. If you bought a brand new machine, or even if you got a 1-year-old machine and you put AMSOIL in it, AMSOIL is going to give you an extra year warranty. So you're going to get a 2-year warranty on your machine if you're running AMSOIL, because AMSOIL has so much confidence that their oil will protect more than the manufacturer oils will, that they're going to give you an extra year warranty. So for more information like that, pick up one of our catalogs from Mike. It has all the information in it and everything about all our products in there for you.
Yeah, for sure. Just click the link in the description, get yourself a free catalog. And AMSOIL also has an incredible program. This is the way to get the best possible value from AMSOIL, and that's by clicking the link in the description for the AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program. It's just a couple of clicks, and it's a $10 fee for 6 months, and that $10 fee is almost like a Costco membership. It gives you the deepest possible discounts you can possibly get for AMSOIL. In most cases, is 25%. And if you do that on your first order, that $10 fee that you pay is going to pay for itself in most cases on that first order, pay for itself and then some. So it's an incredible value. Let me pop this graphic on the screen. It shows you there's a bit of a delay here. Here we go. It shows you the different benefits. You get free shipping when the order is over $100, $5 on your birthday. Every order that's over every order that's over $100, you get $5 back. You get exclusive promotions that you're notified of that you wouldn't hear of otherwise. And again, it's almost up to 25% on most of those items. So it's the best possible value you can get when you're buying AMSOIL. And once you're signed up for the Preferred Customer Program, you get that each and every time you order. So it's locked in. They've associated that with your name in the system. So it's an incredible value. And it's just one click away, link in the description. So we've got a couple of events we're going to tell you about. There's an event coming up this weekend. I'm planning to go. The Country Riders Snowmobile Club is planning to do an event in Newport Center, Vermont, right off Route 100 at 1214 Tatro Road. It's hosted on the Tatro's property. This is their second annual gathering, and it was a huge success last year. We're going to look at a video clip of that here in just a few minutes. So if you're in northern Vermont, this is very much a show worth checking out. Now, also our friend Josh Leviker, who is going to be on tonight, he couldn't make it tonight. Something came up, but he is hosting a Vintage Snowmobile show next weekend, at Whiskey Jack's Bar and Grill, Saturday, February the 18th. That is in upstate New York. We're looking on there to see where it is. Cowansville, Constableville, I think, New York. I apologize. Without bifocals, I have to put my face right up into the screen to see that. But I think it's Constableville, New York. But yeah, that's a great show as well. And then, are you able to make that out, Rob?
Yeah, I think you're right. But I'm just
Okay.
looking at antique prizes for the best 1960, 1970, 75. Yeah, and then they got prizes for best restored, best modified. They got a lot of different awards they're going to do.
For sure. And Josh Leviker, I have to say, is involved in quite a few shows in upstate New York. And any of those shows that you attend, they're very, 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 very well run and very well put together, well organized. The shows that he's involved with are very much worth checking out. And then, of course, our good friend Ray Lacasse, he's got a show coming up March 4th in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. They're going to have a vintage ride. They're also going to have the Parade of Lights out on one of the lakes in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. And they're trying, I don't know if this is the year. I think it is. They're trying to achieve a world record of how many sleds can be out there with lights, doing this Parade of Lights on the lake. So that promises to be an excellent event as well. Well, cool. So we've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll get back into the program here. Matthew Vincent Bremen says there's a show in New Hampshire this Saturday as well. Good to know. Matthew, if you're able to, let us know a little bit more about that as far as what town that is, anything you might know about it. We'll pop that on the screen so people can find out about that in case it's near them. And thank you, Matthew, too, for letting us know about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a video, and we'll come back after the video and see if Matthew's left some information for us. The video, we're on item number 2. This is some footage. We were just talking about that Vintage Snowmobile show in Newport Center, Vermont. This is a clip from last year's show. Now, it was over 20 below when I got there last year. Thankfully, there wasn't any wind, so it was pretty bearable. But the temperature was messing with the camera a little bit, and in that the audio was out of sync, and then also the clarity of the video image comes in and out. But I was able to get some cool interviews in spite of that. So let me line this up here. Let me cue this up, and we'll take a look at some footage from that show. So at some point, I want to find the owner of this ski roll and get some comments from him. They say he's wearing a Yamaha outfit. He's a younger guy. I also want to get some comments with the organizers of this. Now, our friend Brian Robillard says there's still quite a few shows coming up at Hobbs Brewery, Crane Snowmobile Museum, which is February 5th. Also, the State Fair in Rutland, Vermont. I think it's February 17th or 19th. I'm not positive on that, but if you're curious, look it up on Facebook. Also, the Bear Brook Snowmobile Museum. Hello, Keith. Thank you for the compliment. And we got a lot of modern folks stopping by to check out the goings-on. And I'm going to try to catch up with some of the organizers here for some comments from them. And I was talking to one of the groomer guys in charge of the groomers. I think I'm going to get a ride in one of these groomers at some point and do some video with that. So that could be fun.
I hate to tell you this. I know
It is, yeah. We're live on Facebook with 20 people watching.
Cool, a whole 20 people?
Yeah,
Wow.
we had 50 earlier, but
How many? 150?
50.
50?
Yeah, but it'll get plenty of views throughout the day. But you want to say hi? What was your name?
Yeah, I live around here.
Nice.
Yeah. You don't?
Derby Line.
Derby Line?
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah.
Now, what was your name?
Randy.
Randy.
Matheson.
Nice to meet you, Randy.
Newport Center.
Nice. So you're a member of the club here?
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
I've been for 30 years.
Yeah, nice.
30, 20, some years, 30 years?
And this club was founded in 1975, I think.
74.
74, yeah. Nice. So been around for almost 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Back in the heyday.
Yeah, I wasn't here back then. I was in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah. How do you have?
Here, but divorced parents, get shipped back and forth.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I was more or less raised on a tobacco farm in Stoughton, Wisconsin.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. Now, do you have vintage sleds here today?
I have an old sled, but I don't have a vintage one here. I have an older one, but this one's 21 years old. But
Yeah. Well, let's talk it up for a second. You feel like talking it up?
well, it's just a 500 Trail Indy.
Yeah.
Supported and polished.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun to ride. My wife's.
Your wife's, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't ride these newer sleds. I've tried.
With a rider forward, is that
Yeah,
uncomfortable?
I can't do the forward riding style. I've been on an Indy my whole life basically. And
Yeah.
first one I ever had sitting right there, the Rupp.
Oh, yes,
I
yeah.
had one of them when I lived in Stoughton, Wisconsin.
The one on the very end there.
73.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're gonna run this podcast all day?
As long as I can, yeah. As long as the battery holds up and the temperature doesn't get messed with the camera.
Well, it's just gonna do nothing but get warmer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figure if the camera's holding up with this temperature,
Yeah.
that should be okay.
Yeah. It's a little above zero now.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's warming right up.
Yeah, it was 15 below when I got here.
Yeah, it was cold.
Almost didn't come.
Yeah. I looked at that thermometer when I get up. I was like, oh, what am I doing?
God, I couldn't see halfway here. I mean, besides wearing glasses, my fogged up. Just I don't have one of them fancy electric shields, you know.
Yeah.
You're
Cool.
breathing it, it's gonna fog up.
Yes. Now, you don't know where the owner of that ski rule is, do you? I want to try
The owner
to...
of the ski rule.
Is that him opening the hood?
Yeah, I think he just tipped it up. You
That might be, yeah. I want to try to get
Too
some...
many people will put their hands on their sled unless they own
Yeah,
it.
unless they own it. Yeah, definitely. Well, cool. It was nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Take care, Randy.
Yeah.
Is this your ski rule? Do you mind making some comments? We're live on Facebook.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, just kind of like my name is, and this is my...
South Vincent, it's my 1971 ski rule. Grandpa bought it original. Brand new in 1971.
Wow, so this has been in the family all these years.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. Everything's original.
Wow. That's in nice shape. So no restorations or anything. It's a survivor. That's cool. That seat's in nice shape too, isn't it? They're 71, you say, right? Yeah, we're competing with noise over there. I'll give them a minute. You get that Rupp going over there. 71 Rupp, I think. So you've been riding this since you were a kid then? Nice. Now, has it been used all these years, or was it in the barn for...
I think we stored it for a while, yeah.
Yeah? Nice.
12 years since it's been out.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
Good. Did it need much after 12 years?
Nope, put the gas in it.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. Just a little gas and it's ready to roll. It's funny, I remember these when I was a kid. We used to go trail riding, and there was a family with, like, I don't know, 4 kids, and they all had ski rules, so we'd meet them on the trail, putting down the trail with like a half a dozen ski rules. Little convoy, ski rule convoy. So whenever I see these, it makes me think of that. Yeah, that's really nice. Oh yes, John Spranger Jr. wants me to check out the Blizzard. Yeah, we will do exactly that. Cool. Oh, and I've got something for you for doing this on camera with me. Got a DVD for you. There you go. Yeah, well, nice meeting you. I appreciate it. Cool, yeah, let's check out that Blizzard. Yeah, we're gonna get a close up on this Blizzard. I gotta find the owner. I want him to talk it up. I saw him pull in, but I don't remember what he was wearing as far as trying to identify him. Just creating shade on this thing. I remember really liking these back in the day, these Blizzards. The 79 when they came out with that new body style. That was really hot. This is probably like a 77 or 78 though. I don't know. Maybe it's a 79. 'Cause I think this color scheme started in 79. Anyone know? Anyone want to make comments? That's what I think this is as far as the year. Yeah, so we're back, and we'll put that out there to the viewers. What year do you think that Blizzard was? But yeah, any thoughts? Anything you catch your eye on that, Rob?
Oh, there were some real nice ones in there. My neighbor had a couple of those ski rolls,
Sure.
and they were fun to take out and play, but they were so tippy. Ski rolls were. They were
Right.
so narrow of a machine.
And bogies.
That 770, the 7500 Skidoo, that was a neat machine they came out with. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
got
one of the
Skidoo
nice-
back in the racing was that.
Yeah, that's one of the sharper looking sleds ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did
The
well on
stance
all
of
those.
that
It
and the
did
way
well
that
on the 500 races and stuff like that. That was a lot of work they put into designing that for the racing application. Got them back up on top again.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And for the people watching, in case you just joined us in the middle of that video, that event is happening again this weekend. We were just looking at last year's event. They're doing it again this Saturday. Let me pop the graphic on the screen here real quick. The Country Riders Snowmobile Club in Newport Center, Vermont is doing this event. It's on the Tates Row property on 1214 Tates Row Road, right off Route 100. Start time is 10 a.m. If you're in the area, Northern Vermont, it's a show very much worth taking in. And we do have some comments coming in. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so this show, let me put the first comment up. So Matthew Vincent Braman was saying there's a show in New Hampshire this Saturday, and we've got the location in Andover, New Hampshire. Cool deal. So if anyone is in that area, that's a show worth checking out. And then Bonnie Holbrook is saying, where in New Hampshire? Okay, there's one also in Unity, New Hampshire this Saturday morning, and there's a parade of lights with vintage sleds in Canaan, New Hampshire this Saturday night. Wonderful. I love that, the immediacy of this for people to post information about shows and events and things going on. I love that. And here's some more information about that Andover show. Matthew is saying it's in Andover. They have food and riding as well. He wishes he could post the flyer. He posted it on his profile. So if anyone wants to look up his name, Matthew Vincent Braman, you can probably find that right on his profile. And then now we've got some information from the Midwest. My good friend John Spranger Jr. He said next Saturday, the 18th, is a ride with the champs at St. Germain at the Hall of Fame in St. Germain, Wisconsin. He's going there and he's going to get some footage for us. Wonderful. John, we will look forward to seeing that. We thank you so very much for doing that. As you're getting footage, one quick thing, always be sure to hold the camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. It's very difficult to work with vertical footage. But thank you so much, John, for doing that. We appreciate that. Oh, and then Reese Fleury is weighing in on that Blizzard. He believes it's a 79. Very cool. Very cool. All right, so let's see where we are here in the program. We're on item number 4. Now, one of our regular viewers from the very beginning, Dirk Seams, he's out in the Midwest, and he takes video footage for us every now and then, and he was at the Midwest Ride-In in Elk River, Minnesota. I think it was late January, the 27th or 28th, something like that. He got some video and still images for us. Today I took just the still images and put them into a montage with some music under it. We're going to take a look at that, and in future weeks we're going to take a look at some of his video clips. So let's take a look right now at that montage of still images. Yeah, very cool. Anything jump out at you there, Rob?
I've never seen an L Sport before.
Yeah,
When
me
I first
neither.
saw the picture, I thought maybe that's a caboose, and then I seen the steer wheel and the twin tracks. And who made that?
I think, and let's put that out there to the audience in case someone knows better than me, but I think it's something to do with the people at Chaparral. I think they made a tri-sport, like a 3-wheel bike, if I'm thinking of the right company, I might be mixing it up with something else, but
Oh, yeah.
I knew we were going to talk about that, so I got a still image of that to pop on the screen. This is that All Sport. Really interesting rig. It looks like a fiberglass tub, like maybe two parts of like the belly pan, all one piece, and maybe the top part is one piece as well, and probably a mid engine or a rear engine. I presume it's a twin track.
I wonder if they made my paddle boat. The top looks like it.
Oh, could be. Could be. And anyone viewing,
I've
if you
never seen one of those before.
No, me neither. Me neither. And if anyone viewing knows anything about this, please leave some comments. We would love to learn about that. And there were a couple of other stills that I stole from this as well that I want to take a closer look at. There was this machine right here.
Yeah.
What was going on with that engine and those pipes? It looks like Snow Bee is what it's called. And he sent me another video with a Boaski that had a similar kind of engine with it sticking out and whatever I don't know if those are exhaust canisters or what that's supposed to be. If anyone knows anything about what we're looking at there, I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, that's different.
It sure is. And then I'm going to widen the shot out a little bit. Right behind that, we have that Polaris. And I have seen images of that, but I didn't know really that much about it. So our mutual friend, Midge Rosebrook, of course, is a big Polaris guy. So I messaged him to see what he would know about it. And here's what he messaged back. There's two messages here. On the left is the first one he sent me. He said, that is the second generation drag sled that Polaris built. I couldn't remember what they named it, so I sent the photo to Curtis Bowman Crosby, a retired Polaris executive, and asked him, when I get the answer, I'll forward it to you. And then he sent me a follow-up message, says, okay, Mike, Polaris's first attempt at setting a world record was in 1969 on their X2 at 109 miles per hour. That sled was painted all blue. Also, Dorothy Mercer drove it to 106 miles per hour to set the ladies' record that year. The drag sled in this photo was the X3, the second generation. Not sure how well this did, but I don't think it ever set the record. By the time this was built, there were dozens of others vying for that title, and I think Marv Jorgensen may still hold the world record. Not sure if that's correct or what the speed was. Wish I could be of more help. But that is extremely helpful, Midge, and we appreciate that. And with the information that Midge gave me, I was then able to do a little bit of a Google search, and I stumbled onto this. There is an article in Snowtech magazine. There's a link to it in the description that talks about that whole era where all of the manufacturers, or a lot of the manufacturers, were vying for the top speed title. And I'll try to read this with my bifocals here if I can get my glasses right. This is the clip of the excerpt about this particular sled. It says Polaris brought their answer. Let me take my glasses off. Their answer to the Boss Cat, a new speed sled called the X3, which featured improved aerodynamics that had the driver lying flat on his stomach and the engines tipped 90 degrees to lower the machine's center of gravity. Mike Baker from Polaris ran the sled to a top speed of 93 miles per hour. Ski-Doo ran their sleds, but they too ran well below 100 miles per hour. The Boss Cat 1 reached 108.69 miles per hour. It was a disappointing end to a year that whet the appetite of Arctic Cat and Ski-Doo entering the 72 race season. And if you're curious about learning more about that and the other sleds that were vying for bragging rights in that contest that year, there's a link in the description. You can read the entire article. There are images and details about all of the sleds that were competing for that. But yeah, and thank you to Midge also for sending that. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's unique.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, cool. Any final comments before we move on to the next one? Or?
I can remember back in those times where everybody was trying to get a fast machine out. And there's even a company that called Snow Pony. They were just not a well-known snowmobile. They even had a dragster out.
Wow. That's wild. Oh, and we've got some comments that have come in. Let's see where we are here. Okay, Reese Fleury says, I'll get some footage of the whiteout. Wonderful. Yeah, Reese, thank you so very much. We very much appreciate that. And as always, like we mentioned before, be sure and hold the camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. It's hard for me to work with vertical footage. But yeah, thank you, Reese, so much for doing that. We'll share that for everyone to enjoy. We really appreciate that. Here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler, what motor was used on the early Roloflex snowmobiles? That's a good question. I don't know, but that's an excellent question. Hopefully someone viewing will know and have an answer for us on that. Now, Dirk Sims is talking about All Sport. He's saying Stacy and Art Yamaha. So that might be what the motor was used on the early 70s Rolleiflex. And that All Sport apparently can run in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. And apparently there's a wheel kit you can get for it. They need to bring that back. And then, Reese Fleury says an 800 Hearth with a bagpipe exhaust. Cool deal. And he might be commenting on the motor for the Rolleiflex.
So what company made the All Sport?
Yeah, good question. If anyone knows that, I think it was associated with Chaparral, but it's very possible I'm mixing that up with something else. Matthew Vincent Brahman says, I was at the Washington show in January. How can I share pics of that? I'm glad. Yeah. Let me pop my email address on the screen. And it's funny you say that. The next video we're going to look at is some images from the Washington show. And I've got a few things to say about that. But yeah, I would love to see some more. Let me find the email address right here. This email address at the bottom of the screen is the best way to communicate with me. As I've mentioned in the past, it's very difficult for me to stay on top of the messages that come in at the Vintage Snowmobile Lovers Facebook page. They just come in so hot and heavy. I just can't stay on top of them. And I apologize to all of the people who have messages there that I've not gotten back to. I owe you a huge apology, but it's just impossible to stay on top of that. We would love to see some images of that, Matthew. Also, Reese Fleury says the 70 Rolleiflex was a Hearth engine. Cool deal. Now, our good friend David from Alaska Railroad, regular viewer, says, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. As you may know, I'm a snowmobile mechanic. We get a few inches of snow and all my customers come in at once. And they want their sleds tuned up and back the same day. Of course, once there's snow on the ground, it's got to happen like that. Chop, chop, right? And then, Stacy and Art Fosler say, yes, it was a Yamaha. We got a thumbs up from Matthew. And one more comment here. Okay, here we go. All Sport bought Boa ski in the mid-70s. Wonderful.
Oh.
Cool deal. Yeah, thank you guys for that information. We really appreciate that. That's one of the things I really love about this podcast is the immediacy of us to be able to share information like that, whether it's about shows or technical questions. Any kind of information is wonderful. And then back to that Washington show, we're on item number 5. I had every intention of going to that show in Washington, Vermont on January the 7th, but something came up and I wasn't able to. Thankfully, my brother Brian lives in the area. He went and he was able to take some still images and some video. So what I did is I took his still images and put them into a montage with some music under that. We're going to look at that tonight. And then in a future episode, we're going to look at some of his video clips. Let me cue that up here and we'll take a look at my brother's still images from the Washington show. Cool. Yeah. So thank you so much to my brother Brian for getting those awesome images. Anything jump out at you, Rob, in there?
He did a good job of that.
You sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like those snow jets. Snow jets were a neat machine, and I've always wanted to take a Husky out for a ride.
Yeah.
But everybody, my friends all call them knuckle breakers
Sure.
because the handlebar comes right down in your knees. Every one of my friends have broke their knuckles driving one.
Yeah. That was one of the downsides, I think, is that handlebar, because if you go down a hill, they could come and catch you up under the chin. And if you
Yeah.
go up, say, a snowbank or something, if you're not paying attention, you could pin your knees.
I can remember as a kid watching the brochures. They had a thing you could pull logs with it. Yeah, it was a workhorse.
Yeah. I imagine it had excellent traction with the engine right over those tracks. And
Yeah, and they weren't that big of motors in them, but
yeah,
Now,
really good for
I
ice
seen
fishing.
one at a carnival where the guy had three sleighs on behind him. He had
Oh.
one, two more behind that with the kids on it.
Good little convoy.
And it still just went put, put, put across the lake.
That's perfect. Yeah, for sure. And I have to say too that Washington show. This is in central Vermont, Washington, Vermont, just outside the state capital. This is their 7th annual, so they've been doing this for a while, and they really refined it. Every year gets better and better and bigger and bigger. It's very much a show worth taking in if you're in the area. And I'm still kicking myself that I missed it. I really wanted to go, but at least I'm glad my brother got some images, and I'm glad that some other people are going to be sending some as well.
And I noticed they had stakes, and so different categories were lined up by the way the stakes were.
Yeah.
They had a boa ski there, and beside it was two blue machines looking similar to each other. I didn't know what they were.
Oh, let me see, because I got a
Right in
couple
the
of
middle
stills.
of the videotape.
It wasn't this one, was it?
No. These were all blue. I like it when people do that and have a caboose to match, especially the Arctic Cat cabooses. They look really sharp.
Those are nice, yes.
Yeah.
Now, there were a couple others. One of the organizers of the show, Tyson Bluen, hell of a nice guy. This is one of his.
Yes.
Playcat. He took me
Playcat.
on a ride for that last year. That's a really interesting machine.
Yeah.
And then this is one. I assume this is one of his as well, because do you see that little red sticker over the ski?
Yep.
It says Bluen, and that's his last name. So something tells me that's probably his machine.
That's a snow bunny, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can find that image you were asking about. It'll just take me a second here. Washington show. Okay.
On the
You said it
left-hand
was.
side of the screen, there was two blue ones beside it. You've seen the one good, the other one you only seen half of it.
Let's see. It wasn't this, was it? Let me pull this up here. It's just taking a minute to load. Maybe it's taking 2 minutes. It wasn't this one.
That's it.
Yeah, that first one is Sears. I don't know about the other one. This might be a Sears also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and
So who
go
made
ahead.
the Sears machine?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that was private label. I'm sure they weren't doing that themselves.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Let's pose that to the viewers, and we do have comments coming in. If anyone knows who was making the Sears sleds at that time, that looks like probably the late '60s. Let's get caught up on our comments here. Here we go. Oh, Matthew says I'm famous. Absolutely, this is the place to do it, man. Absolutely. And then we've got Rowdy Till We Die. Yes, sir. CA Pat from Thetford Mines, Quebec, home of the Snowjet Factory. Wonderful. Now, if there's any photos or any kind of stories about the Snowjet activities back in the day, we'd love to hear about that. David from Alaska Road says it's amazing how many of those old sleds survived through all the years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then Rowdy Till You Die says, check your chat, boys. We'll check that out here. Working my way down. Okay, yeah, Reese says you're definitely famous, Bremen. Cool deal. And then Matthew says, thank you for the pictures of my machines, the 63 Ski-Doo, Sears, and Blue Scorpion. So these are the ones at the Washington show. So he brought those to the Washington show. Wonderful. Very cool. It's a small world here, isn't it?
Yes.
And then, David from Alaska Railroad says, next Thursday, 5 of us are taking a sled trip to Eagle River, Wisconsin. We'll be visiting the famous racetrack and a few museums, and he's going to get some photos for us. Wonderful. So I love the sound of that. This is one of the things I love about this podcast is that people can share videos and images with us, and we can put it on here for everyone to enjoy. All I ask, if you're gathering video or images, try to hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot, because it is difficult to work with vertical footage when I'm editing. But yeah, thank you so very much, guys, for getting us videos and footage is something we can all enjoy as a community. And then Matthew says those Sears are all Scorpions. Interesting. So Scorpion was private labeling those for Sears. And we've got more information. So 65 Sears, 65 Scorpion, and 67 Sears with the red stripe. Let me go back and see if I can pop that on the screen. Yes. Okay. We've got the comment in the. Now we're getting somewhere.
I thought that might have been a Boa ski, but I guess Boa ski had 2 headlights on the front.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah. Very cool. So we've got the comment with the sleds, and those are Matthew's sleds. Boy, it is a small world. That is very cool. And then we got a couple more quick comments. Our friend Mark Gosso, Google says the Sears snowmobile was made from 65 through 72. The 65, 66, and 67 models were produced by Trail a Sled Corporation, which of course was Scorpion, for Sears Roebuck. The 65 model had a fiberglass chassis and could be found in the Popular Science magazine. Oh. Excellent. Good information coming across on here tonight. This is amazing. And our good friend James Spranger, his brother John Spranger Jr., I think they're twins, the two of them. But James is saying another great show, regular viewer from Wausau, Wisconsin. Very cool. It's wonderful, this sense of community we have going on here. This is really nice. This is everything I could hope for with this podcast, is to have that kind of a community where we can all share information. It's something we can all enjoy together. Let's see. So we've got one more video we're going to look at here. Now, this will all make sense as I play it, but our good friend Midge Rosebrook, he is the founder of the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Now, between Christmas and New Year's, I think it was, I'd gone over to his house in Lancaster, New Hampshire, and we made an announcement of all of the new inductees for the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame they'll be inducted this fall. While we were doing that, we were joking around, fooling around, and he got his jug of Amsoil, and he wanted to do a video message for Rob. So we did that, and we'll be seeing that in a moment. And then we played it for Rob. Rob liked it, so Rob responded by sending Midge a care package. So let's take a look now at Midge opening his care package. And then this is just going to escalate, I think, into infinity. But let's take a look. We're having an awful lot of fun. And, I'm in the wrong place here. It just takes a second to get back where I need to be. All right, stand back, everyone. We're going to play the video. All right, so we are back in Midge's kitchen. How you doing, Midge?
Good, Mike. Good. Yeah, Rod gave me a gift here that Mike brought down to me, and we're about to unveil it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we were here just a few weeks ago doing some video, and we did a video message to Rob.
I did. I'm an Amsoil. I'm a believer in Amsoil, and I've got some. I run the racing oil in my Polaris vintage sled.
Yes.
So
and Rob enjoyed Midge's video message, so he sent this to us as a gift, and we're going to open it up right now and see what he sent to us.
Yeah.
Will you do the honors?
All right, let's do the honors here. There you go, Mike.
Cool.
It's like Christmas all over again.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Man, look at this.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, look at this. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Now, there's two in there, one for each of us, and he said one's an XL and one's a medium. Is medium a good size for you?
Yeah, I could probably take a small or a medium.
Oh, good.
And
that's the medium right there, I think.
And this is the medium.
You want to put what? XL.
Okay.
Yeah. Say we put them on and
yeah, let's try it.
Show them the merchandise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much to Rob.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob, thank you very much. And there we are.
Oh yes, let's get a shot of us.
Oh, hoodies.
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
Look at me, dear.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
And we'll put them on.
Yeah. Oh, nice and warm.
Don't you wish you had that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it fits you good.
Oh yeah, it fits great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now we're the Amsoil twins.
Here we
yes,
are.
you do.
Yeah, thanks an awful lot.
Yeah, this is amazing, Rob. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and got a hoodie.
Yeah, we'll get the hoods going.
Yeah, there it is.
And to anyone who's wondering what started all this is a video message that Midge did to Rob a little while back. I'm going to play that right now in editing.
Yeah.
So you can see what started all this. And
when we were announcing the 2023 inductees for the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame, I knew Ron was an Amsoil dealer, and he always advertised the Amsoil products on Mike's podcast every Thursday night, and he's a mainstay of that event right now. And he and Mike have collaborated on the Amsoil products. So I thought I would throw a pitch his way, and I brought up my little gallon jug of racing oil, Amsoil racing oil, that I use in my Polaris sled. So yeah, and he appreciated it.
Yeah,
I guess
sure.
so. Yeah, and it's a very nice gift, and I appreciate that.
For sure. Yeah, thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for what started this. We're going to run the video of what started this.
Yeah. Great. All right. This is for our friend Rob Hilditch, the Amsoil guy. See what I have here, Rob. And I think you have a photo of my sled last year at Pittsburgh, Mike. You can probably pop that up. I've got this 1975 Polaris clone PDC. It started out as a 77 TX 440, and I had Mark Belanger do the job. And Mike has got a photo of it, I believe, somewhere, and you can pop it on. And there's a photo of me sitting on that sled, getting ready to head out in the Pittsburgh ride up north in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire this last March. It was 35, 40 degrees. We had 8 inches of wet, heavy snow. It snowed all day. And I was trying to break in this new engine. It was probably the worst conditions of trying to break in an engine is to take off on a 30-mile run at 50, 60 miles an hour, because that's the speed these guys were going up there, to break in this new engine. But it ran perfect all day long, and I believe a lot of it is probably due to this racing Amsoil that I use. It's you only use like I think I did a little more than 50 to 1. It says 50 to 1 here, but I think I did more like 40 to 1 to break in the engine. And so anyway, just a shout out to Rob that I'm using it as well. And there you have it. And happy trails when we get snow.
Yes. And if you're curious about buying some Amsoil, just click the link in the description. And in doing so with my dealer number, you're helping to support the podcast. And I thank you so much in advance for doing that, and thank all of the people who have been doing that. That helps to support the podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you. That helps to support the podcast. You're doing this.
Yeah. Well, I thought this would make Rob smile.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So did that make Rob smile?
It did.
Wonderful.
After I seen that video, I said, I got to do something for you guys.
Yeah, that was amazing. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Yeah, that's turned into it. It's taken a life of its own, I think.
Yeah.
We do have some comments that have come in. Where was I? Okay, here we go. Matthew says both blue sleds are all fiberglass. He's talking about those Sears sleds. And then someone on Facebook saying, hi, Mike and Rob, great show. Cool deal.
Thanks.
And then David from Alaska Railroad says, nice shirts. He says, thanks to Rob. Rob is a great guy. He sent me some goodies this past spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we haven't had a picture of that yet, have we?
I think we do. I don't know if I
did
can
we?
pull it up. It's not handy, but he did send us a picture with his Amsoil. I think we sent him a shirt or a hat or something. And yeah, we'll have to pop that on the next episode. I think he won a trivia question or something.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, we are at the top of the hour. It's time to wind this party down, but it has been a wonderful party, I have to say.
Great show. Lots of new information.
Yeah, I love that, seeing the information going back and forth like that. We can pose questions, they can pose questions, and someone somewhere has got an answer to it. Really nice. I really enjoy that.
If someone's got a snowmobile on the barn that they think our customers can't guess, we'll send them a prize. Tell them.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah. So yeah, whatever obscure machine you've got, or something that's so far decayed that it's unrecognizable, send us an image of it, and we'll put it to the audience to try to figure it out.
Yes.
And yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And as always, any kind of questions, comments, information about shows or events, races, this is the place to share that. And especially images, still images, and video. We love to put that on here for all of us to enjoy. Because if you're like Rob and I and the viewers who are on here tonight, we love looking at that stuff, and you probably do too. That's why you're here an hour into this show, is because you enjoy that. So if you're going to any kind of events, races, shows, just take your cell phone, be sure and hold it horizontal like this for a wide shot. It's hard for me to work with vertical footage. Take some video or images, share it with us, and we'll put it up here for everyone to enjoy. And we do have a few last comments that have come in here. Yes, Matthew says, thank you guys for a great show. You are very welcome. Thanks for coming on. David from Alaska Railroad says, thanks to Mike and Rob. Good show. Thank you very much. Reese Fleury says, thanks for a great show. Cool deal. Mark Gosso says, Polaris and Ski Daddler also made sleds for Sears. Cool deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, bring it on. Cool deal. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we close out the program?
Reese has got a couple of machines beside his shed. I'm not sure what they were. There's 3 of them there, so that could be our first guessing game.
Yeah, it's a mystery sled. Absolutely. That could be a new segment, Guess the Mystery Sled.
Yeah.
Cool deal. I love it. All right, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Rob, for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you also to all the viewers for joining us and making this as fun as it is. This is great.
Great show. We'll see you next week, Mike.
All right, everyone. Have a good evening.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike Lapierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests," so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL is a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.